Juno is the latest support character announced for Overwatch 2, and on top of having the tightest fitting spacesuit I have ever seen, she's also a movement support. Not a heal bot like Lifewaver or whatever the hell Alari is. I don't even think the devs know what Alari is supposed to be. Juno's first ability is a burst hit scan rifle that she snagged from Honest Purse while she wasn't looking. It does a fair amount of healing and damage per burst, however, it cannot headshot, so you're better off aiming at a character's chest than their head. Very cool. Her secondary fire allows her to briefly recreate the Obama administration by bombing every person in her field of view. Unfortunately, the bombs heal friendly teammates instead of damaging them, which I do not like, because unlike Lifeweaver, this means Juno has next to zero trolling potential, but it does lock onto enemies, which you might think is overpowered, but Juno actually has no self-healing abilities, so it works out pretty well. Juno's first ability is her glide boost, or basically, Echo's flying ability on a budget. You might see this ability and say, oh no, another flyer, just what we needed when Pharah Mercy comps are running trains through lower ranks, and you'd be somewhat justified in thinking so, but glide boost has a maximum height cap, so it's more of a diagonal movement pool than a vertical one. You aren't going to be taking off into orbit with this ability. Get it? Orbit, because she's a space-themed character. Her next ability is her Hyper Ring, which provides a speed boost to everyone running through it. If you watch the trailer, you know that it made it look like the characters were moving crazy fast, almost as fast as the speed of sound. And the trailer technically wasn't lying, because you do move at the speed of sound, Lucio's sound. That is to say, it's basically just a second stackable Lucio speed boost, which is greatly appreciated, because it lets you go fast. And I like going fast. Juno's ultimate is her Orbital Ray. This ultimate is basically Zen's Transcendence, except with a more limited AoE and the side effect of blinding anybody who looks at it. It does the same thing Transcendence does, and is great at preventing goofy goobers on your team from dying, but the same can't be said about making enemies die instead. Alas, while it would be cool to laser the entire enemy team with a giant laser death ray, I guess Disney isn't so keen on handing over the rights to the Death Star quite yet, so we get this bootleg Transcendence for now. One more thing, this ultimate can be cancelled early if it hits a wall for some reason. I'm not sure if this is a bug, or if the presence of a wall just makes the Orbital Ray's targeting system say, my job here is done, and give up, but casting a roll only for it to stop instantly is very weird to say the least. And the fact that the ray can blast straight through the ceilings of most maps, but a concrete wall is able to cause it to completely malfunction is, shall we say, somewhat unrealistic.
Don't you know?